We're back with our salmon croquette. I'm going to give you our ingredients and the measurements that you'll need for your croquettes. So assuming we're using a full can of salmon, we're going to use 3 tablespoons of mayo, 2 tablespoons of mustard. You're going to salt and pepper to your liking. I love sea salt. It's what I only use in the kitchen. You're going to need a little lemon pepper. We're actually going to use this for the sauce up top. We're going to use olive oil, just enough to coat your pan so that you're searing your crab cakes to a nice brown perfection. You're going to use 1 teaspoon of garlic. And here I have 2 eggs per can. I have some red onions, but I mean, you're welcome to use any type of onion you'd like. I also have crackers, or you can use breadcrumbs. I'm going to say about a half a cup of crackers or breadcrumbs. You can adjust that to your liking depending on the consistency of your crab cakes. The spinach here, that's going to be our condiment. So you don't have to focus on that, but just know we're going to layer our crab cakes above grits and a wilted spinach base. So stay tuned. Okay, we're back. I'm going to show you the consistency that you should achieve. Not too wet, not too dry, just right so that you can form an actual patty without having to involve the refrigerator and cooling the mixture. Most importantly, guys, you're going to want to use either a canned salmon or you can use a fresh salmon. Sometimes I throw my fresh salmon on the grill and then I bring it in and I mince it and break it apart for my croquette. So you have options. If you use a can, you want to drain all the fluid. You also want to go through with either your fingers or a fork and pull out any bones that may have been left by the manufacturer. The bones are not necessarily a choking hazard because they've absorbed that liquid, so they're super soft. But when you bite down on one, you can pretty much tell the difference between that and the onion that we put in there, and I don't care for that. So I'm going to get into making our patty. Once you've gotten your dry and wet ingredients mixed, you're just going to take the mixture into your hand. You're going to form, you don't have to worry about making a perfect patty, but if you start with a ball, that helps. You'll see it's not sticking to my hands because of the perfect consistency of wet and dry ingredients. So we'll just drop them into our skillet. As such, you don't want to manipulate or turn too soon because your patty will break apart. You have to remember this is big. Okay, now we're about to start flipping our cakes. Look how beautiful and brown they are. Look how easy it is. That's a one-hand flip, guys. If you allow them to brown properly, you won't have them breaking apart and you won't have a challenge with flipping them. Okay? So we're going to get our grits started. Just add a little grit to the water. And stay tuned. Wow. Look at those. They're delicious. Golden brown, perfect form, and they didn't break on me, which is a huge accomplishment. So right now, I'm wilting my spinach and my garlic together. Just going to use maybe a half teaspoon of garlic to your liking. I remember the first time I was introduced to wilted spinach, it was at a restaurant in Detroit by the name of Harlequin Cafe in our historic English village, Indian village that is. And the restaurateur would go table to table side and recite the actual menu. It was breathtaking. So I learned then that the restaurant was amazing, and so is wilted spinach. So let's get it plated. I'm excited. So we're going to start with our grit base. A good creamy grit is not impossible to achieve. Just need a little patience and some good water to grit ratio. We're going to top our wilted spinach into a neat corner here. And then we'll add our salmon cakes. I don't know why I want to call them crab cakes. Maybe because I'm a crab cake freak. I love them. We'll also get our topping prepared. We have a teaspoon of mayo. I'm going to add maybe just a reasonable squirt of mustard. Now mix, mix, mix. Your lemon pepper, this is where this comes into play. You only need a dash of lemon pepper to just kind of break up those flavors. Citrus is wonderful, especially with seafood. And we'll do a dollop. There you have it, your salmon croquette, made with love. From my kitchen to yours, thank you for living the lifestyle, the Jones and Company lifestyle, and stay tuned because we'll be cooking more. So.